2, 1, let's go!
Hey everybody. Hey there, how you all doing? Oh my goodness, this is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, and we are back. It is us, Diane and Divania, the ladies of Ladies and Lyrics, and we are excited to be here with you tonight. Look, I have to give a disclaimer. It looks like I'm in a prison or something right here, and I hear an echo. So I'm not at home, y'all. As you can see, I don't have my paintings behind me. I don't have my lighting. You can't see me as well. So I'm winging it. So you have to give me a break this week because I'm in Miami and I already have a little tan going on here. So I still have a few more days to be here. So I don't know how this tan is going to look by the time I get home. But yeah, I got a little tan. I'm in Miami, in the Airbnb, and there's no art on the wall. I didn't have a cute place with some great lighting going on so you all can see it. So if there's a delay, I'm working off some other Wi-Fi too. If I don't look as bright and shiny and y'all don't see my art, it's because I'm not at home, but I am relaxing. I'm relaxing and I'm taking a little break and I'm spending time with my sisters here in Miami. And Diane is also still on location. So I guess Diane, this week we could say that Ladies and Lyrics is on location this week, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm in California. I'm in LA.
Mhm. Yeah, so
Like, like,
I'm definitely not liking my lack of lighting here. I could barely see myself. I'm not happy. See, Diana's in California. It's still daytime there. That's why she's still looking bright and amazing, but you can barely see me. But my earrings are cute, and y'all can even really see them this week. But
they are, no, we can
anyway,
see you good. We could see you good.
good. Okay, good. Make
The
me feel
earrings are
better. But look, go ahead, Diane. What you say?
I was saying your earrings are cute. We can see you.
Thank you. Thank you. Diane, I wanted, before we go, and say hello to everybody that tuned in. I see y'all. I see you. We gonna shout you out in 1 minute. But I have to say what's up to Diane to see how her week has gone this week. Diane, how are you feeling tonight?
I am feeling great. My week is going really good. It's going good. I'm winding down here in Cali. I'm gonna miss it. My spirit feels really, really good in this area of California. I really like it. I'm in an area called Westwood. It's still LA, but the area is Westwood. It's a college town with UCLA. I've been to the beach, but believe it or not, people think when you say California, it's so hot. It has not been like that. No tan for me. Yesterday was the it was in the 80s, but I really
Okay.
like it here. I really like it here. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's time
So
to
are
go
you
back.
thinking about moving? You thinking about moving to Cali?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I would consider it, but it's very, very, very expensive. Housing is very
Mhm.
expensive. So if I can't be
Yeah.
equal to where I'm at now, I'm not gonna come here. In this area that I love, the houses are like 500 million, 800 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow. Okay.
not right now. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
never, but yeah. So yeah, not now.
It's definitely expensive. I remember when I visited, it's expensive. Look,
Mhm.
Diane, before we get to the show, let's say hi to some people because there's some people here on time. Hey, how
Please.
you doing? Hey, Tiger. Hey. Hey,
Hey.
Lynette. Oh, thank you. We love compliments. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Hey
Oh,
there. Hey,
hey,
Nicole.
Nicole.
Hey, Josh.
Right,
You're
Josh.
back, Josh. Behave yourself tonight. Yeah, okay. Hey, Josh. Hey,
Hey,
Mo. Thank you for
Nicole.
joining Hey,
Hey, say
Karen.
hi,
Hey, hi,
Karen.
Karen.
Hey,
I'm
Real.
working in 10. Thank you. Who
Okay.
else is on here live? If you are on here, we want to make sure we shout y'all out and say hello before we get started, or before we get started with the show. So look, oh yeah, that's yeah, pretty pricey. Diane is gonna be staying where she lives for a little while longer until she decides to do that. But
Yeah,
anyway, Diane, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I didn't say so. I saw Eleanor pop on, so I
Hey,
wanted to say hi to
Eleanor.
her. Diane, are you ready for some good music, some real talk with adult women?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's get
Yes.
into it. Let's get into it. We have our show lined up for you, and Diane and I. It's a music show, y'all. It's a music show, so we thought there's something really hot and a hot topic going on in music right now that we had to talk about. Diane, what are we talking about?
B, B, and she is buzzing. Um, you talking about Beyonce with the country music. I would have put on my cowboy hat, but I'm not home and I don't have any with me. Um, yeah, Beyonce. I don't know if people have listened to the album, but I really think it's a great album. My favorite song
Which one
is
are you
called,
talking about, Diane? Let's be specific.
yes,
Which
the song
tell the
that,
people. I know they probably.
go ahead. I didn't say that again.
I said I know they probably know, but what music are we talking about right now? As
Yeah, we're talking about Beyonce country
concerning
music.
Beyonce.
Country, you didn't hear me? Yeah, country,
Yes,
country.
yes.
Yeah, I said it. You
Okay.
might not have heard me, but they heard me,
Oh,
right? When I said her country music. Yes. And my favorite
okay.
song is Protector. I really like that song. If y'all haven't listened to album, it's really, really good. There's another song on there that I like. I can't really remember the name of it, but she actually pays tribute to a lot of different black artists. She did her thing. She did her thing. She knocking those walls down in country music. So yeah, that's a and her fate. I think the number one on that song is Hold Them. Is that the name of it? Is that the
This
name of
ain't
the song?
Texas. Ain't no hold on. Now I can't remember the rest of it.
Down,
But
down,
look,
down, down.
that was her first. I think that was the first single that she released. But let me say this, in case y'all don't know, the reason we're talking about Beyonce is because there's some controversy about Beyonce and this country album, right? Because country is not her normal genre, and some people are saying that Beyonce her album is not really country. And then some people, especially all those in the Beehive, diehard true blue fans, they are loving this album. But let me give my 2 cents about this thing. First of all, there are 27 tracks on this album. I'm like, that could be two different albums. But if you know me, I'm not necessarily a Beyonce fan. I think Beyonce works hard. I think she does really well in what she does. And, her music is cool. It's not like I'm part of the Beehive at all. I personally do not think, and I'm not holding this because I'm not a Beyonce fan. I personally don't think that it sounds anything like a country song. It's some country music at
Really?
all. It just doesn't. No, country singers have a twang. They have a certain thing about them. And Beyonce sounds just like Beyonce. She sounds like herself. I feel like there should have been some country swag to it, but that's just my opinion. I do like Texas Hold'em, but I like that just because of the beat. I think the beat is so cute and I like it. And my other song on there that I like, just because I think Miley Cyrus has like her voice is something else. I like her duo with Miley Cyrus. I have not listened to the whole thing because I'm not listening to 27 country songs by Beyonce. I'm just not. I did listen to a few of them, and those are two that stand out with me. She has gotten some criticism from some people. regarding her country song. So I put all that out there to say, I know some people like it, but what do you think about Beyonce's country music? Do you think, and I know that Elijah is a diehard Beyonce fan. Anybody else out there think, yeah. Okay, let's do it like this. Diane, I'm gonna start with you and then everybody else. Is the country album a hit or is it a miss for Beyonce? Put it in the
It's a
chat.
hit. It's a
And
hit.
so, Diane, I'm gonna start with you. What you think?
It's a hit.
Okay, so Diane said it's a hit. I say it's a miss. It's a hit. Diane said it's a hit. I'm saying it's a miss. What do y'all say? And I'm gonna go to some of these other comments too. Okay. So Elijah said it's not a country, and this is coming from a Beyonce fan. All right, not a country album. The new one is all good. Okay, thank you. These just some of the comments before everybody put the hit or miss. I may be crucified, but I'm not a big me either. Me either. Like some songs though, but you like some of those songs. Bodyguard two, most wanted, two hands down to have it. Oh, I think those are some of the songs on the album. I didn't listen to all of them. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I haven't listened to it yet. I only know Texas Hold'em and 16 Carriages. Both are good. Hit or miss, you all. What do you think? I like the fact that she stepped out of the box. Okay, she did. She took a risk there. Quasi country, but a miss for true country. All right, so we got a miss. We got another miss. What do we hit? The queen can do no, no wrong. All hell. Okay. I haven't listened to it. Y'all heard Future New Country album? No, have not. Are you being funny? Or is there really a Future Country album?
I
All right.
haven't heard
I only
that.
saw one. I think I saw two people chime in. Maybe some people haven't heard it yet. So we had a miss from me and a miss from I think it was Nicole, a hit from Diane, and who else?
Elijah.
Elijah said she can't do no wrong. I'm not sure if it's hit, but he also said it's not a country album. So Elijah, is it a hit or is it a miss for Beyonce? Who's listened to any other song, even if you just listened to one or two, let us know. What do you think? Is it a hit or is it a miss? And look, let me tell you all what I read about it while you're doing that. Somebody said on social media, now this is social media, I don't know if this is true, but somebody said that Jay Z paid more than $2 million to country radio stations to play Beyonce songs so that she topped the Billboard country charts. Did anybody hear that? That
That's
he
the first
paid to
I
have
heard
her
of it.
music?
I ain't
I
mad at
listen.
him.
I
I'm not mad at him. Do your thing. That's
I
right.
mean,
Back
that,
do your thing. I'm not mad
okay,
because the
all right,
people are doing
Diane.
it all the time. Hey, Letitia. People are doing it all the time.
Elijah
So
Gordon.
yeah, do it, Beyonce. Do it,
Do you
Jay.
think that's unfair? So that's nothing new, okay? You know what? Now I don't believe that that's not anything new either. I think because it's Beyonce and she's stepping over to this other genre, people are now trying to say, "Oh, but the only reason that you did it because your husband paid whatever." I think I lost me for a second. Did you
You
did you lose
still
me for a
there.
second, Diane?
No, you still
Okay,
there. It's a
something
little
went out.
choppy, but you still
It went
there.
out. It went out on my end for a second. Y'all bear with me with this Wi-Fi because it's not the greatest. Um, let's see. Let's read this. One thing about it, Queen ain't gotta pay her way into nothing. Okay, and then if he did, okay, my wife, I would do it too. Okay. So there's nothing wrong with supporting your wife. He said, I'm gonna back her and this thing is gonna happen. There are a couple of good songs that I listen to that I like, but as far as a country album, yeah, it didn't sound like a country album to me. But we're going to, I'm going to give it a second because I'm on a delay a little bit. So I'll just give it a few minutes to see if anybody else is going to put a hit or miss or comment something else about Miss Beyonce. So are you all going to go listen? Are you all who have not heard any of the music? Are you going to go and check it out so you can come back next week and give us a little input on what you think about it? Let us know if you're going to go check it out. Look, Texas Hold'em was on the radio for a while. They released their, was it like right after the Super Bowl, I think it was? So that one was released, and I don't know what else is on radio, but apparently all of her songs are topping the charts, like 15 different places on the country music chart.
I'm so
Lynette, you say
excited.
no, what are you excited about, Diane?
Beyonce and her country album. I'm happy for her. I'm happy. Break them barriers.
Elijah said,
Hee haw. If you don't hear, if it don't sound country, just hee haw. Put your cowboy hat on.
it's on repeat in heavy rotation over here. But you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There are Black people in country music. There
Absolutely.
are Black people who sing country music. We even
Not
played,
a lot.
we even played one of the songs. She's not necessarily like the first or like groundbreaking, but Beyonce is a big name. People love her. And because she is Beyonce and she's taken on country music, it is now, there's a spotlight, right, on country music now because Beyonce, the queen herself, has taken it on. So it's not anything new, it's just who the person is.
Right.
She's not the first, so she didn't break the barrier. Yes, that's what I'm saying. She didn't. But
Right.
she's
She
not the
didn't, but
first.
some people, she didn't, but
But
it kind of
she is
make
making it.
people. Yes, and she no, she's not the first, and no, she didn't break the barrier, but she is introducing other people that probably never even thought about listening to country music, where they might start listening to other artists. That's where she's making a difference at. Yeah,
I agree. I agree. I agree. I do think that. I think that people who wouldn't necessarily listen to country,
yeah.
Beyonce got them listening to
She
country
got
for
that
some
right.
reason. Maybe
Yes.
they'll listen to some other country music. Yeah.
No, not
She
only
has the
her music.
notoriety, right? Oh, sorry.
Mhm. She's
It's a
not only
comment.
her,
It was a comment.
not only her music. I feel like they might start listening to other country artists.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying as well. I think so too. I think that because she's exposing her people, her followers, her fans, the country, maybe they'll be like, well, let me go listen to, especially she has several duets on this album too, several duets. So Miley Cyrus is on there. I love her deep, smoky voice. That song is good. It's called The Two Most Wanted. Check out some of the songs on there. Some of them not bad. All right. So Diane, that time went by really fast. Let's see. Let's show one more comment. I like Darius Rucker, who signs country music. But we played Darius Rucker's song on here. I love Darius Rucker too, and he definitely has that country swing. But we did play his song. Which one was it? I have to find. I forget which one it was. But I like me some Darius Rucker too. I'm a country fan. Diane, well, we are going to talk about a song tonight. We do have music. Our song tonight, if you all remember, this month we are doing the top male groups of all time. I mean, last month we did the female. So it's only right that this month we talk about the male groups. If you were on last week, you know that we talked about one of my favorite, New Edition. But we cannot not talk about the Jackson Five, right? I mean, Michael Jackson and his brothers. I want to talk a little bit about the Jackson Five. You already glasses get ready to go on because you know I'm getting ready to do some reading. So here we go. The Jackson Five: Michael, Jermaine, Jackie, Tito, and Marlon were all the original members of the Jackson Five. At one point, Jermaine did leave and Randy took his place, but they're still the Jackson Five. And somewhere along the way, they became the Jacksons. They were founded in 1964 in Gary, Indiana, and were managed by their father, Joe Jackson. They are one of the first African American performers to attain a crossover following. They first signed with Steel Tone Town Records in 1967, and they released two singles, and then they left in 1968 and went to Motown, where they were the first group to debut with four, not one, not two, not three, but four consecutive number one hits on the Billboard Hot 100 charts with songs like I Want You Back, ABC, The Love You Say, and the song we're talking about tonight, I'll Be There. They achieved 16 top 40 singles. They left Motown to go to Echo Records in 1976. Their last album was the Victory album. And after that tour, Michael and Marlon left the group. And y'all know Michael became his own whole Beyonce. I mean, right? Michael Jackson was the bomb. And they sold over 150 million records worldwide. In 1980, they got their star in the Walk of Fame, and in 1997, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'll Be There was their first single from their third album. It was written by Berry Gordy, Hal Davis, Bob West, Willie Hutch. It was released in 1970, before I was even born, Diane.
Oh, wow.
Before
Wow.
I wasn't even born yet. So this song is old. Diane, let's go play. I
Wait a
wouldn't say it
minute.
like that.
You said this song is
It's
old.
old.
Hold on.
This song
It's
is
an
older.
older,
This song is older. It's
that's it.
older than 50 years
It's
old.
an
It's older
older
than 50.
song, right? It's an older
It's an
song.
older song.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
over 50 years old. Let me put it down.
Okay. Thank you.
So yes,
Yes.
1970 it was released.
We will say it's a
And Diane's
classic.
gonna play a little bit of it, and then okay, we'll go with classic.
That's it. That's it. That's
Look,
all
they
I can
getting on
put.
me. Why you say it like that? Look, you know, that
That's
was
so,
the for the
that's
class.
all I can play. We're gonna call this we're not gonna say it's an old song. It's a classic.
It's a
It's a
classic.
classic.
It is. The song is 50 years old. I'm just saying, and it was very popular. I'll be there. You know, Diane, we've been talking a lot about love, relationships, marriage, and things like that. And I feel that sometimes the conversation kind of steers more toward the negative. Do you feel like that? Have you felt like sometimes when we talk about love and relationships, it's kind of like sometimes it kind of comes about, it's kind of the negative things that surround love and relationships. I was thinking about that as I was
Oh, yes,
reflecting today.
some songs, when you look at it and we dissect it, it has a negative tone to it because of the song. But this song is not it's not like that, you
That's
know.
why that's why I said that, because this song made me feel opposite of that. It made me feel it just gave me a warm feeling inside, because I feel like when you find a person, right, that feels this way, I'll be there. He said, you and I must make a pact. That means we're saying, this is what we're going to do. Let's promise to be there. He, in one point in the song, he said, even if you find someone new, I know he better be good to you.
Yes.
Right? Because if he doesn't, I'll be there.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Just the commitment that I felt from the person, like if this was a person saying this to somebody else, the commitment to the commitment is what I felt in this song. Well, let me go to a couple of comments, Diane, then I'll let you chime in. Kay and I were just listening to this. I love that song. Uh, then that was true. I think there was a comment that I was saying about how we were talking about love. It's real clean music. And then, oh my goodness, really? Mm. I, why is he a sucker? And Diane, what did you feel about that? I asked the question. What did you feel about this?
I really like the song. I feel that he's in love and he's just letting her know no matter what, I'm gonna be there. He said, just call my name. He said, I'll be there. He's very supportive. He said, I'll be there to comfort you. He said, I'll build my world of dreams around you. So he's like, I'm there. I mean, I'm in love with you. He said, I'm so glad that I found you. So maybe he went through something before, but she's good. She feels good to him. He's happy. And like he said, even if we not together, I want to just make sure that person that you are with, that he's good to you. Because if he's not, I'll be there. I'll be there to get you. Um, he said, I'll be your strength. He said, keep holding on. Yes. He said, let me fill your heart with joy and laughter. That's what that sound like. Love. It make you go, hmm. Yeah, it just
Do you
feels
think people feel, do you think, thinking back to where this song, and Nicole said she grew up on that music, and Elijah said, I love that song. And I guess this could go out there to everybody, but do you think that this song, it just made me think about music today, that this song is indicative or it reflects the way many people feel? This is just your opinion. This is all our opinions. But do you think it reflects the way people feel about commitment and marriage today?
mm, I don't know about other people, but I know about me. That's
Okay.
how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm all in. If I love you, I'm going deep. And we're gonna ride it out. I'm gonna be supportive and I'm looking for my partner to be supportive and we going yeah, this is how I feel. I don't know about everybody else, but this is how I feel. I could just speak for me. Um and even if other I feel I could say this, that if people want to feel like this, if they don't, they want to feel like this.
Mhm. Okay.
I could say
I
that.
see I see some comment if they don't. So Diane, I know you talked about how you feel, and we can only really talk about how we feel, but how what do you see? Like you can't really speak to other people, but in your interactions with others or what you've seen, and I'll answer it too. I'll
Okay,
answer
so
it as well.
I could I could say that the love that I see that surrounds me, and I'm gonna give two examples, a few examples. I can say some family members and their relationships, they have this love. I can say my son and his fiance, they have this love. I can say my sister neighbor, they have this love. So I'm surrounded and friends too. I'm surrounded. I can say when I think about people that I'm surrounded by, not everybody, but a lot of people when I'm thinking about it now have this love. They're loving on one another like this. So to me, which is healthy. It's a good thing that for me that I'm not around a lot of toxic and negative, but my family members, the ones that are married or in committed relationships, they have this love. So yeah, yep, absolutely.
So this is what my take on it is, and I see some comments. I see some comments in here. I'm going to go to them as well in a minute, but I think that I personally would want this. I personally would feel this way, but I do think that being, because my question was being committed to the commitment. I think many of us are not committed to the commitment. Not the way we should be if we're married. I'm talking about if you take vows and things like that, and you say, this is the person I want to be with. Sometimes it's just easier to give up. But do you know how you see those old couples have been married 50, 67, and it's people can't, wow, I can't believe they've been married this long. Wow, what's your secret? What do you do? Those are people that were committed to the commitment. But it's so unbelievable to people, to me, this is my opinion, is because many of us don't have that commitment, not to that level. It's only good as long as it's good. But what happens when it's no longer good? What happens
Right.
then? Let me go to the comments first, Diane, and let's talk for 1 second. Let's see. So Nicole doesn't think that people have that type of commitment. Letitia says, no, love in this day and age is used loosely. Then Mo says, I don't think that's the general consistency in the world consistency in the world today. Elijah said, society today is more concerned with how things look than how they feel. Okay. And then any nigga that's still hovering around after the breakup is a stalker. Okay. Well, that's one way to look at it. And that song describes me. Okay. So you can
Oh,
relate. Commitment is rare. Vows are easy to take, but hard to keep. And that's kind of where I'm going, Nicole, with that. Too many distractions today. Everything is uber accessible. So, Diane, what were your thoughts? You were about to say something. I just
so
want
I
to make
was going to say that's why I said the people in my circle. I have a girlfriend that one of my friends I could say they've been married 30 something years. Um I have people in my family that have been married for a very long time. So for me, that's what I look at, and that's what I look around. Yeah, my son is young into the relationship because they're young, but they still committed. You know, I don't know, they've been together 6 years, but they still committed to the relationship because it is easy to walk away. And I could say for me, when I was married, I was committed to my relationship. I was committed to my vows. Um, did I want to leave at times? I sure did. And even those people that's married 50 something years, that is the truth. So because you got to be honest, you pack in your head, but you never actually pack your things and leave. You stay and
Mhm.
try to figure out and say, did I do all that I could do? Is this sustainable? Can I stay? Do I have the staying power? So I think it's within the person and the two people, because some people are married and they probably shouldn't be married. So that's another thing, right? Like Nicole was saying, it's like a Uber. People are doing things for convenient. But are you in a relationship and you seeking longevity? Is that what your goal is? And are you with someone where you can see yourself with that person in for a lifetime? Um, yeah, I'm a ride to ride with you. I'm a committed person. I'm committed to the relationship. My vows, when I take them again, I'm committed to my vows. Absolutely. But I can say the people that's in my circle, they have been they stand strong, you know. So to me, that's something to look forward to when you have examples in front of you and you see how people are holding on. I don't even want to say holding on. They are being married and they are doing married things and they are working it out when it gets bad, because that's the thing. People that have been married for 25 years, you better know for sure they have been through some stuff where some people would say, I couldn't stay. I had to leave. So that's the thing, is staying through those hard times, because anybody could be there when it's good. You comfortable, but what do you do when you uncomfortable? So yeah.
Yeah, but going back to these lyrics, this is what I like about the song. He just says, "Just call my name and I'll be there. I'll be there to comfort you." Well, let's go back. I'll reach out my hand to you. I'll have faith in all you do. That's like, to me, say, when whatever you do, you put your hands on. I believe in you. I believe you can do it. I'm supporting you. It's just like, it's not just about, my question is about commitment, but just thinking about these lyrics in a song is, it's not just about like this agape. It's more like an agape love, a love that's, hey, I got your back. I'm going to support you in everything you do. I'm there. I'm holding your hand. I'll be your strength. When you're weak, I'll be your strength. It's
That's
just, to
it.
me, even at the beginning of the song, the first line he said was, we must make a pact.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's just, This person to me just exemplifies what it means to have somebody in your corner, in your corner. And I think that's great to have somebody, that would be great to have somebody that you know, hey, this person got me. What they say, my back, my front, they got me. So
That's
let me
me.
go to some of these comments. And I think this was the last one I showed. Too many distractions. And then let's be real, most people are together for the kids. Now, this comment is, I think it's real. This is a real comment though, because people do stay in relationships because of children, because of that. So I want to come back to that comment in a minute. Most people lack the emotional intelligence to even differentiate. Most people have no idea how they really feel, honestly. Their feelings are dictated by social media. Yeah, I think social media has messed a lot of things up. All back to the song. They didn't split on bad terms. So when it's like that, the love is still there. Like the part when he's saying, even if we break up, you know, we're good. When we split, that does make a difference. If the relationship ends and you end on a good terms, you still want the best for that person. I do
Absolutely.
anyway. I do. I've been there personally. You want them to be happy. A
That's
long marriage doesn't equal a good marriage.
that's
Some
true.
people say because there is comfort there.
That's true.
That's a real comment. That's really true.
That's
But
true.
not only that, I know we're talking about relationships tonight and things, commitment, but that's true about most things. That's true about a job. I'm staying in this job because it's comfortable. I know it. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm not happy. It's not a good place, but I know this thing, right? I'm staying where I live. I don't like it. I don't want to be here, but I know it. It's comfortable. I feel like that's most things in life, but marriage, it definitely applies to that. Why shake things up? What is that saying, Diane, about I know, at least I know what I have here. If you go somewhere else,
But you
you
don't know
don't know
what
what
you're gonna get. Right.
you don't know what you're gonna get. You know the bad, the ugly, everything that comes with this. You take a chance to try to go outside and find something else. They allow people in social network comments and status to dictate how they feel or tell them how they should feel. And I'm gonna keep reading it. Exactly what I was thinking. Nicole, which one were you talking about? We have no idea what people go through. We see what people want. Social media is so good for that. We don't have a clue as to what's really happening in people's lives. The flip side is when you split on bad terms, it's overdone. So, well, it is what it is. Like the vows say, for better or for worse.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For sickness and health. I just think it's something that I think that when it comes to marriage, you are with someone, you're going to stay. You're in it. To me, you're going to just walk. It all depends. Now, if somebody's knocking you upside your head and or y'all fighting and all of that, that's just some things for me is non-negotiable. I'm out. Put your hands on me. You want me to leave? Put your hands on me. I'm going. And I'm talking about hitting me because I might want you to put your hands on me. But I just
What?
think that
Yeah.
right. I think that the thing is that when people are in marriages for 20 something years, 30 something years, they have grown together. So when you grow, you're not the same person that you was 20 years ago when you first got married. So you got to rework the marriage. It is something, marriage is not like you get married and all, and that's just it. It's a work. It's constant work. It's you got to keep it a lot. It's a lot of work you got to do. You might have to go to counseling. And it's not because you're going to counseling because it's bad. You might need to work around and work through because this is a different person. You could see, you could be with somebody and they could be one way. And as time go, they evolve. And maybe you might not be evolving. And maybe you might have to catch up some kind of way and they can't get through to you. So it's a work thing. You got to work the relationship. So some people that have been married 20 something years, they might have worked the relationship and then some people are just comfortable. But I do believe it's work. Any relationship is work. You want it to be successful, you have to work at it. You can people get comfortable. You got to work at it. Divine, are you there? Or are you frozen?
No, I'm listening. So I'm going to go to a couple of comments before I comment. Social media is a good excuse for everybody's problems. But I also think I agree with that, but I also think it's a real thing. Social media, let's not get into some of the other stuff. I'm about to go off on a tangent, but I think it also is a real thing, especially if you invested half your life to that person. Every 3 to 5 years, you got to change. And then the last comment, yes, it's a continued growth process, individually and jointly. You're not going to grow the same. You're not going to grow at the same time. Your wife or husband may grow, and you don't understand who they are now because they changed. So my big question to you all or discussion was, it's not just about the commitment, but the commitment to the commitment. So
Absolutely.
I've made a commitment. Now I need to be committed to that. How committed am I to the commitment? When this person changes and they're no longer the same, am I going to be committed? When this person, and I'm going to go a little personal because we're women, when my wife goes through her different changes as she gets older and she starts having mood swings and things like that, am I going to just give up and bail on her, or am I going to stay committed? When my husband maybe loses his job and he's having a hard time finding a new one, am I going to stay? So life happens. Life happens, but do we stay committed to the commitment and to that person, because they will not be the same person they were 3 years, five
Absolutely.
years, 10 years.
Absolutely.
They are not going to be the same person. They are going to change because of so many different things. But are we going to stay committed to the commitment? And that is what I'm asking. I love this song. And on flip side, I talked about it at the very beginning. Did I think that when we talked about love and relationship, was it more on the negative side, which is we kind of went there. But we have to be real, because statistics show us that about half of marriages end in, that's a real thing. Those are numbers, right? So it's
Yeah,
not
but
like we can dispute it. But on the
right.
other side, there are people who are still in relationships. But the other thing is
Absolutely.
this, man, more and more young people are not getting married.
Right.
People aren't getting married the way that they used to.
Big
So
time.
why young people aren't feeling like they need to be married like maybe they did 50 years ago. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Are you committed to the commitment, Divanya? Will you,
I,
when you get
I haven't made,
this
I haven't made a, I haven't made a commitment to be committed to. So no. But if I do, oh, 100%. There's no way out. I say this all the time. If I got married again, there's only one way out, baby. One way.
I've been
And
there.
that's DEA. There's only one way out the relationship. No.
Yeah.
That's why if I ever get married again, I'm going to try to be as sure as I can be. Um, but no, I have not made that commitment yet, but I would definitely be. Now, when I got married the first time, I was young. I was, what, 21 years old, didn't know anything about marriage and things like that. And neither did he, for that matter. You know,
Or
there was
about
some
just look, or about yourself.
about me. I didn't even know what I wanted or who I was, and what I wanted to be. Now I do, and I feel much more equipped to say that I want to be somebody, mate. All right, we have a lot of comments. I'm going to go to some of those. And then, well, some people don't realize individuals evolve. You're not going to be the same person 5 to 10 years into a relationship. Absolutely. Well, marriage was kind of a farce back then. You think so? Why do you say that? If you're going with them, you're changing with them as long as it's positive. But sometimes you're not growing with them. And sometimes you're not changing with them. They're changing. You may not be changing. You might be
Right.
changing.
That's
They may not be changing. It's not going to be you will grow together as a couple. You can grow together as a couple, but you're also going to grow and change as individuals.
yes,
And
that's
you
why
two Yes, and you
Yeah,
two
that's why it's
individuals
consistent work. That's why you got to consistently work at it.
have to
You
keep
have to.
working. It's
Mhm.
not, it takes work. And we're saying marriage, but I'm talking committed relationship. So I know some people are in committed relationships. If you're in a committed relationship, not necessarily to what growth and change are not synonymous. Growth and change are not synonymous. However, I think if you're an individual that's, I'm going to put it this way: not all of us are committed to the growth, either to growth
Absolutely.
process. So we will change, but not everybody is committed to growing.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to grow or is going to grow. That's a whole nother show. We need to write that down, Diane. I want to talk about that. I want to be with someone that's going to bring the best out of me, not the stress out of me. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. Look, at this point, and I know some young people aren't here, but at this point, I can't do the stress. And I'm not going to. I'm not doing it. Diane,
What's up, girl?
we're almost out of time. But you know what? We wanted to kind
You
of
know
talk about it.
what?
Look, that song, we are. Time has gone by so fast. And we haven't been getting to our what's going on the past couple of weeks. So I do want to talk about this because it's going to be a fast conversation, but I do want to talk about it because I kind of think it's important. Growth and development. Yes. It's about our eating habits. We're going to change a little bit, switch gears, because we have a what's going on question. And someone is having like a bit of a dilemma in trying to change their eating habit. And so the question that they had for us was, do you all think, and you all can chime in and Diane will chime in, do you think that it's very difficult to change your habits? And do families, Diane, do we have a question here? I want to make sure I say it right. Do families have the same eating habits? I think it is. Let me make sure. Okay, do bad eating habits run in the family? So can we switch that? Can we change those eating habits? Or I think this is an important conversation too that we probably need to bring up next week too. When we think about our habits and eating and trying to be healthy, do you think that those bad eating habits are hard to change and do they run in the family? Diane, what do you think about that? Can we help this person?
With bad eating habits, I think when you say running a family, like just say my mom, from when I was growing up, those eating habits wasn't great, I think they can be changed. Yes, I think they can.
Well, I'll say, yep, because recipes are passed down. Mhm.
Yeah, but you got to be conscious. You got to, make healthy choices. You have to be, yeah.
Is a bad habit, a bad diet hereditary?
It could be, yes. It most of the time it is.
Health is wealth. You must take care of your temple. And
Yeah.
then cancer don't run in your family. The diet does. Just food for thought. Cancer don't run in your family. The diet does. Okay. And that's a person to person bad. So you think it depends on the person, not everybody eats bad. Look, I think that family, well, let me see before I answer the question. I think they run the family hell. When I was a kid, I ate that what was given to me. I didn't know any better. Yes. So I think partly true. Oh, you're confused by the question. The question is basically, do bad. If my family eats bad, will I eat bad? Basically. Or can we change that? And I think that, yes, I agree. I think that because when you're a kid, you just eat what you're given. But I also think once you know better, you do better. When you get to be grown or an
That's
adult, then you will start to, decide for yourself how you want to eat. But I definitely think that if, look at this, one of my kids, to tell you how different, and my kids aren't here, so they don't know what I'm talking about. But one of my kids snack on cakes like Pepsis, things like that, sweets, junk food, chips, like that. And one of my kids grandkids eat. All she eats is vegetables. She's like a vegetarian. She eats veggies. She likes like veggie chips and things like that. She drinks water. So that's because her parents don't eat like that, right? They don't even eat meat, so they're vegetarians. And then my other son, their mom is a junk, like she likes junk food. She buys all this junk food for the kids. So what do they eat when they come to my house? They're not getting it, but they think they are. So that's how they eat. And as they grow up, they will probably continue to eat like that. But I do think that once they get to be adults and they figure out that this isn't good for me, they can change that. But I think
And
a
you
lot of
know,
times we don't.
yeah, but you know what happens is the change come when you go to the doctor and he tell you, well, you got high blood pressure or you got sugar.
Mm.
So when you go to the doctor and something dramatic happens, and if you don't stop, then this is going to happen, and people try to hurry up and fix it, which is good. But if we start our children out younger and stop going to McDonald's, and I mean, I did it with my kids, right? So, like you said, when we know better, we do better. But some of us don't, because this is what we say. I was raised off of it. My mother or my parents, they were fine. They wasn't actually fine when you really think about the foods that they eat. So, as women, because most women are the cook, so whoever's the cook in the house is the one that most of the time dictate the meals. They are the one that set the tone and how the eating habits are going to be in the house. And sometimes it's hard for people to break that. And even your circle of people, when you say, oh, you know what, I'm not going to eat any more junk food because it's not good for you. But then your friends, they're still eating that food and then they shame you. They, you know, oh, we've been eating pork all our lives. Have a piece of bacon, and you trying to tell them, well, bacon ain't really good for you, and I'm not eating. And then they have something else. So it's a lot that goes with that. We have to be, yeah, real self conscious of what we
But you
eat.
have to remember, all of us have a circle of influence, meaning there's a circle of people who we can influence. And even in my like, immediate family, I'll say me and my children, right? And my son put this on here. I guess that's a good example. But we were all gonna do Thanksgiving with the rest of our family. But we were talking about doing our own, we were gonna do some fish, we are gonna do our own separate dishes and bring it to the family gathering because we knew we weren't going to eat what everybody else was eating. So I think and I think a lot of the way that I eat does have to do with some of the things that my kids eat and how they've influenced me. Like my son, he makes fresh juices and fresh smoothies. They use fresh ingredients, and they don't eat meat, and so a lot. I don't eat. I still eat a little meat though. I'll see some chicken, but we eat a lot of fish and things like that. So we influence each other. So I think family is a big contributing factor into how you eat. It doesn't dictate strictly, but I think families can be very influential in what you eat and how your diet.
Absolutely.
There's another comment right here. Let's see. Some people are emotional eaters. Some eat for nutrition. Some eat for love. Some eat to feel love. Some eat because they greedy. I agree with that, but I am going to stick with the fact that your family can be influential. And if you are trying to change the way you eat, you're going to have to change the way you think. Everything starts with the mind. How do you view food? If are you viewing food as this nutritional thing, or I know that I need to eat this because it's good for me? It's going to all start with the mind and you changing the way you think about food. I have so many people, Diane, like you said, people who are so resistant. Oh, I'm gonna eat whatever I want to eat. Oh, you gotta die from something. I don't care what you say. We used to eat that back in the day. Put on a whole tangent about why they are not going to change their eating habits. Okay, that's your choice, but you're just being resistant. That's because this is what you told yourself in your mind. You do not want to change that. Once you decide that you want to change it and you put it in your mind, you will start to make little changes. Diane,
What's up?
I know you talked about some of the changes in your diet you've made. Do you want to share some of that before we jump off of here?
Well, one of them, I don't, I just make and this is the thing too. I like what I eat. I cook because I like the taste. So I cook to the food when I prepare it is cooked to taste. So some of the things that I like to eat, I like to make my smoothies. I like my smoothies. I drink water. One time I have a little special drink up here, but all day, all I do is drink. I drink a lot of water. So I drink a lot of water. I eat a lot of fish. I don't really eat red meat. I'm not saying I won't have a burger, but I do not buy ground beef at all. I don't cook with it. I don't, I'm not a steak eater. So I'm turkey and fish, a lot of fruits and vegetables. And I love that. And your body will let you know how good it feels when you put the good things in your body. It will let you know your plate should be more colorful when you're eating. You should have more fruits and vegetables on your plate. And then we have gotten so creative with food. When you think about it, there's things that you say, oh, how you love, you can't live without. But when you just tweak things just a little bit, you'd be surprised how much more healthy you'll be eating. So yeah.
Diane, go ahead. I was gonna
No, I'm
go.
just saying
We're
I
running
make
out of time.
black bean burgers. Yeah.
Yeah, we can be creative, and food is still good. I know food is good. I love food. I love to eat. I'm not gonna even lie, but I try to do much better than I have in the past, and my body looks different than it did in the past. So it works for me. Let's see. Not everyone stop and change their diet when they go to the doctor. True, that's a fact.
That's true.
They still eat the same, and I got clients that come to the gym and still eat the same, and still think you're gonna get results. You cannot work off a bad diet. Do you hear me? If you're on here, you cannot work off a bad diet. You have to change your diet. Some people are okay. I saw that one already. I don't know how we get back up there. It depends on your relationship with
Mm.
food, and then we should use holidays to work out with family, not just eat. I like that idea actually. Or are they mad because the person telling them that they should change? Because who it is telling them that they should change, they don't want to hear it.
And
Uh,
another thing, I think
Mom
if
got
we
her leg cut off in soul food, and they still eating the same thing. That is true.
that's
That
true.
was true. In the movie, she did, and they were still eating that same food.
I think if we educate ourselves, right? So if we educate ourselves on foods and what different foods do to your body, what different foods are for, what foods are good for you. So when you educate, yes, we got to change our mindset. And we also got to educate ourselves on the food. Educate yourself on the foods that you eat. Um, Take the time. People of social media, like we talk about social media, all you got to do is go to YouTube University and it'll tell you a lot of different things, good recipes, and just take one step, one day at a time, and it makes a difference. Yep.
I'm so happy that you all joined us tonight. I think this is a great show. Again, I'm on location, but I am going to be back in my home next week when we do this show, and I cannot wait to be back in the comfort of my home to do the show at least. I am enjoying my time away. If you have not done so, could you please do us a favor? Could you please share us and tell your friends about us? Please share us on your page if you have not done so already. Remember, okay, so before we leave, you have a task. Last week I asked you, what group would you like us to talk about our last week of the show? Last week I got Jagged Edge twice, I think. Do you have anybody else? Put it in the chat or put it in the messenger. You can see it right now. We have about 5 seconds what I can give you all to put it in here. We're going to do it our fourth week. We want to get back to giving you a little input in what we do. Next week, we're doing, I don't remember. I can't even remember, but it'll be a hot male group. So we'll see you back here on Ladies and Lyrics. Please drop that in the chat. So far, Jagged Edge is winning. We got a couple of votes for that. Our fourth week of the show. We'll see y'all
Doing
next
the
week.
Temptations, the
Now,
Temptations.
a male show, a male group. See y'all next week.